got to check my mounting face dimensions. So the clutch face sits on there, that mounts on there. I've just had the gearbox together all the way in and managed to mark where it sits inside the spigot, inside there. So I know that I've got that much shaft inside that edge, which is sound. It's not a problem. So now I need to know how far forward my clutch sits and see where it fits on here. See if I manage to get it in the right place. So mounted the clutch up, measured from here, that edge, to that edge, and got 60 millimeters. Measured from the mark in to 60 millimeters, and it's just there, right. I could not be happier. So that means that the whole of my clutch disc is on all of the splines, so I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that, which means that now I can make a little top hat. It's going to be no bigger than that. That little top hat is going to sit in there. I'll take that spigot ring out, take that one out, make a new one that fits in there, comes out 15mm from the edge, and then it will be that size internally, and then that will support all of that, the 9mm plus the 15, and then that will give me a nice bearing face. So very happy with my gearbox going back together now. What I've had to do is machine this off so that it fits in my adapter, then fitted a second flywheel, this is another flywheel, onto the first one. That one's been scalloped and lightened as far as we dare. This one has had the back scalloped out of it and lightened as far as that. It's also had the ring gear cut off as well, and it's also had all of the centre cut off, so no centre. Now to get it centred on this flywheel, we machined a shoulder in it that fits the shoulder of that flywheel. So where this one has got a shoulder here, that one's got a shoulder. We've left material on so that that shoulder meets up with that one, which means that this is centered on that. It's also been on a C&M machine and checked for flat, and that flywheel and this flywheel are just 148 microns flat from each other, so 0.1 of a millimeter, which is absolutely fine for this. Dead flat, as good as I'm going to get, and I am really happy with that. So this flywheel's bolted to that, this flywheel's bolted to the engine. I'll make a top hat for that, then I'll bolt clutch back onto there, and this is a Renault Megane, because it's the biggest one I could get that has the same spline that fits inside the Rover SD1. So it's all as big as I can get it, and still fits inside the relatively small Renault un5 gearbox housing. So I've gone as big as I can possibly get. The only little thing that I need to sort out is the clutch. This ring here is too small for this part here, so I need to either get a bigger throw out bearing that has a bigger centered ring that still fits in the same place, or I might just make an adapter to go from this to that, and just, I don't know, tig it on, or to be fair, it's only got to sit there. All it does is pressurise that, so we'll see. I'll get to that in a minute. Other than that, very happy. Gearbox fits, clutch fits, flywheel fits, adapter plate fits. The whole lot can go back together now. Happy days.